My Bonny Light Horseman is the sixth novel in L.A. Meyer's series Bloody Jack. The series begins with Bloody Jack, Curse of the Blue Tattoo, under the Jolly Roger, in the belly of the Bloodhound, Mississippi Jack, and is followed by Rapture of the Deep, and the wake of the Lorelei Lee. Plot introduction. The story starts with Jackie back on sea after visiting her dear friend, Amy Treverline. After her adventures throughout the U.S. frontier, she sails her ship, the Nancy B. Allsop, while waiting for Jamie to come back from the Orient to marry her. Soon, though, a British warship, the HMS Dauntless, has come to imprison Jackie and her crew, but after an intense confrontation with Bliffle, an old nemesis of Jackie's, and British soldiers, Jackie surrenders, asking that the British spare her crew. Much to their dismay, Captain Hudson and the officers accept her request and sail away. Despite Jackie's skeptical attitude once aboard, she is realized as nothing but a young, innocent girl that was wrongly labeled a rogue by King George. Despite Bliffle's accusation of her being known as Tuppence A on the HMS Dolphin and a threat to every man aboard, she soon meets up with two acquaintances, David "Davy" Jones and Joseph Jarrett. She also befriends the Doctor, Sebastian, and Captain Hudson of the Dauntless. Bliffle nags at Jackie, bullying her until the crew can't take it anymore. The crew, especially Jarrett, threaten him on several occasions should Bliffle ever again threaten her. Jackie gains her freedom from the ship for being a docile captive. She takes up with Dr. Sebastian and paints him a much-acclaimed portrait and portfolio. He shows her a rare Mexican dung beetle and she meets his other assistant. Once Captain Hudson hears and sees of her talent, he has her paint him a portrait of his own. Later, Hudson and Sebastian meet in private, discussing how they feel about Jackie being thought of as a rogue and a pirate by the king himself. They sail to British waters, but after the senior crew is struck with food poisoning, Jackie persuades Hudson to allow her to take command. While Hudson and the rest of the Dauntless crew that ate the fish are ill, the Dauntless is attacked by the French and Dutch. Jackie is forced to strike the colors, but not before she's had the ill officers brought to their stations on stretchers. To preserve their honor, the crew is taken to the French prison of Cherbourg. Jared takes to sleeping in the same bed as Jackie to still her post-traumatic stress disorder. Hudson is soon paroled, and Jared assaults Bliffle as he continues to insult Jackie, now claiming to be male midshipman Jack Hemp, a play on Jack Hemp. The Dauntless prisoners are joined by the captured crew of the HMS Mercury, and Jamie has been severely wounded. Bliffle had passed a note to a guard, and Jackie is exposed as the pirate La Belle Jeune Fille Sans Mercy, the beautiful young girl without mercy. A lawyer by the name of Giordano comes for Jackie to take her to the guillotine. Jared again attempts to kill Bliffle, but is beaten down by the guards. She is sent to be executed, but en route to the site of the execution, she is switched with another girl. She is sent back to London to meet with First Lord Thomas Grenville and Mr. Peel of Naval Intelligence, with Bliffle attending. Upon her arrival, she attacks the three and attempts to garrote Bliffle. Grenville and Peel smooth things over and she releases Bliffle from near death. Grenville leaves Mr. Peel to give Jackie the mission and he informs her of the cover-up. British intelligence wants the French to believe that Jackie Faber is dead in order to send her back across the channel as a spy. Jackie is to train as a ballerina, performing in a Parisian nightclub frequented by French officers, who often vie to escort the young girls home. She is told that if she refuses the mission, British intelligence intends to hurt the ones she loves. Jackie cannot bear to lose her orphanage, but bargains to have Drive Sebastian, Jamie, Jared and Davy released. Jackie spends the next 2 weeks training in ballet, shopping for new clothing and gear, and visiting both St. Paul's Cathedral and the Fletcher household. Family of her betrothed. Jamie's father and brother both receive her much more warmly than his mother had. In Under the Jolly Roger, and grimly bear the news of Jamie's injuries. The last night Jackie is in England is the first night Jamie is at home, and the two share a tender moment before she has to leave for her mission. The British escort Jackie to France, where they place her in Paris. She establishes herself in an apartment, and learns that Giordano is her control. She acquaints herself with her royalist handler by the name of Jean-Paul de Valden, and they establish a fast friendship, guiding her through the Notre Dame de Paris, the Louvre, notably, a painting of one of his relations, Charlotte Corday, the assassin of revolutionary Jean-Paul Marat. Jackie joins the troupe Le Petit Gamin under the name Jacqueline Bouvier, and she is approached by her first target, one Field Marshal de Groot, nicknamed the Goat by the other girls. Jackie offers to meet him the following Tuesday evening, and then arranges for his wife to catch him in the act. He arrives on the night of the sting dressed in a wolf mask, earlier having referred to her as Little Red Riding Hood. After plying de Groot with cognac laced with paregoric and prying Napoleon's troop movements out of him, his wife arrives brandishing pistols. The ensuing altercation injures de Groot, disabling him and attracting the attention of the police. Giordano proposes to next have Jackie serve as a camp follower, trailing Napoleon's men. Jackie, offended, decides to dress as a man, this time joining Napoleon's messengers, granting her ready access to military documents. She assumes the name Jacques Bouvier, a West Point cadet. Upon arrival, she is given the duties of training a unit of inexperienced, untrained soldiers. She runs afoul of a Major Levesque but also makes friends amongst the officers and soldiers under her command. She and her soldiers, nicknamed the Clodhoppers due to their rough country origins, meet Napoleon, presenting him with a captured Prussian flag. Soon afterwards, Jackie is reunited with Jean-Paul and Randall Treverline. They see action in the Battle of Jena and Napoleon releases her from the army, awarding her a Legion of Honor. After war, she gives Mathilde to her assistant in war Denis Dufour. Meanwhile, Jamie is fully awakened from his concussion and tries to find what happened to Jackie after the stint at the French prison. They find out she was working in Paris, so they set sail aboard the Nancy B. Jackie's days of war are over and she reports back to Paris. She meets Giordano there, where things turn fierce. Giordano tells Jackie his disappointment in her for not killing Napoleon and brands her a traitor. He holds her at gunpoint and has her ride with him to the docks where he would kill her. Once there, Jean-Paul appears to reveal more of what Giordano had plotted for Napoleon, and just as soon as Giordano is about to kill Jackie, Jean-Paul impales him with Jackie's shiv, which he had taken prior to her being taken to the dock, saving Jackie. Before this, however, Giordano showed Jackie that her ship, the Nancy B. Alsop, was coming into dock. So she leaves Jean-Paul at the dock to be picked up by Jamie Higgins and the rest of the crew, saying, "I have come home." Quote, characters: Jackie Faber, the main protagonist. James, Jamie Fletcher, Jackie's true love and fiancé. He was set sail on a ship bound to the Orient when he falls into a concussion after battle and is delivered to the nearest prison in France. It is the one Jackie was staying in before her execution. Quote, after the execution stunt the British had played on the French, Jackie talked to Mr. Peel about releasing Jamie and the rest from the same prison. having Jamie recover under the eyes of his family. Captain Hannibal Hudson and Drive. Stephen Sebastian, notable as a reference to Lucky Jack Aubrey and Dr. Maturine of Patrick O'Brien's Aubrey Maturine series. Jean-Paul de Valden, a French operative that opposes Napoleon and under Giordano's thumb. He follows Jackie through her mission as a nightclub performer, prostitute, and her days as a cadet under Napoleon. Giordano, the main antagonist of the book. He is introduced as a rude lawyer sent to deliver Jackie to the guillotine and placed her head agent during the missions for British intelligence. Despite strict orders to have Jackie safe from harm and keep under a good eye, Giordano tries to kill Jackie for not assassinating Napoleon. Mr. Peel, head of British intelligence. He is the one that assigns Jackie to the mission. Lord Grenville, another leader for British intelligence. More reserved and prissy than Mr. Peel. Blithely horrible man that spends a good amount of the book trying to reveal Jackie's true colors. From stories of the past and her past confrontations with him. Finally, Jackie nearly kills him with an injury to his jugular vein. Madame Petrova, a dance instructor that prepares Jackie for Paris. Madame Grien, the dancing troupe that performs and sells their bodies for information about Napoleon and the Grand Army. Denis Dufour and the Army, Jackie's partners and brothers in arms. Napoleon Bonaparte, Emperor of France. Higgins, Jackie's butler and assistant. He is finally reunited with Jackie at the end of the novel. James, Jim Tanner, first mate to Jackie and Higgins both. Daniel Prescott, the ship's boy who was picked up after Jackie's battle with the cave-in rock bandits in the previous novel. John Thomas and Smasher McGee, sailors on the Nancy B. Publishers site. The author's website.